For these what happens when questions, we're generally using PV over T equals PV over T. And we'll just ignore anything that's not mentioned. So we want to see what happens to the pressure. We are changing volume and temp. So everything is changing here. We're going to use P1 V1 over T1. And we always set the left-hand side equal to 1. We say, let's assume the pressure started at 1, the volume started at 1, and the temperature started at 1. That's the easiest way to see how a number will change. It's always going to be multiplying by whatever the answer is. So if the volume triples, we had a volume of 1. Now, if it triples, it must be a volume of 3. The temperature is halved. Well, if our temperature was 1, which we assumed on the left, now it's a half. You might find it easier to plug in 0.5 rather than 1/2, but either way is fine. And then we can figure out what happens to the pressure. So again, we're cross multiplying. 3 times P times 1 is just 3P. 1 times 1 times 0.5 is again just 0.5, or if you have 1/2 there as a fraction, that's okay. We want to get pressure by itself, so we divide by 3. If you did it like I did it, 0.5 divided by 3, you're probably going to get a decimal answer. If you had 1/2 divided by 3, you might know that that's 1/6. However you get your answer is fine, as long as you report your answer with a multiplication sign in front of it. So times 0.167 would be a good answer here, because we're saying the pressure didn't become 0.167, but it was 1, now it's 0.167, so it got multiplied by 0.167. You could say divide by 6, because that's the same thing, or you could say times 1/6. Any of those are fine, as long as you have the symbol in front.